So when I woke up, I was laying on that slab and my head was in somebody's lap. And I look up and it's... Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance on hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So first of all, let me just start off before we get into this crazy story time. For everybody that's been asking why I'm in this spot with this backdrop, my in-laws moved in with us. They moved here from Orlando. I'm so happy that they're here. But they moved here from Orlando and there's not a quiet spot in this house. So I had to come, this is in my bathroom, but you know what? Where there's a will, there is a way. And even though it is crazy in that side of my house, I'm still finding a quiet spot so I can film and still talk to you guys because I love y'all and that's what we're gonna do. But to be honest with you, I cannot wait to get back to my regular filming area because I love that spot and it's so comfy and cozy with my lights and my sign and my couch and my pillow. So today I'm going to tell you guys about this crazy story time about what happened one of the times that I was arrested. This actually took place in the county jail. First, I want to start off by saying I was arrested for a DUI, one of the many things that I am not proud of. I do not want to make light of this situation at all. Okay, DUIs are very, very serious. People die every day from drinking and driving. I don't think you should ever drink and drive. I don't care if it's just one beer or two beers or one glass of wine or whatever. I have seen a woman, plenty of people in prison for DUIs, but I've seen a woman that was in prison for 15 years, and I've told y'all this story before. She was a nurse for years and years and years. She had a 15-year-old son when she went in there, and she was on vacation with her son, okay? Now you imagine in your mind, you go on vacation with your teenage son, you go out to a nice dinner, you have a couple glasses of wine, you feel like you're fine, that's it, just a couple of glasses of wine. She gets into an accident, and the guy passes away, and boom. Everything in her life is changed in that instance. She lost her license to work as a nurse. She lost her home. She lost her child. She never got to see her son graduate. She never got to see him get married. She never got to see him have his first baby, all for making that split decision. See, I think a lot of people think that DUIs or maybe these like older drunk people at a bar, no, sometimes it's just normal people, okay, that make that decision, that think they're okay, and they drive and they're drinking, because this is something that you guys may not know about. You could be drinking and driving, and you could be driving perfectly, right? Everybody thinks, oh, I got this, and somebody can run out in front of you. Doesn't even have to be your fault, okay? But if you've got alcohol in your system, you will be liable. So heed my warning right now when I tell you, do not drink and drive, okay? You can hurt people, you can hurt yourself, and you will be at fault, whether it was your fault or not, if you have alcohol in your system. So please, please do not drink and drive. When I tell you guys the story, I'm going to fast forward a lot of the drinking and driving part because I will be honest, there is a lot of parts that could seem very funny, and I don't want to make light of that part of it because it's not funny. But I will tell you, I will start from the beginning. I was at a club with some friends. Whenever I was younger, I was really big in the club scene. I mean, I was the type of chick that everybody knew me, everybody knew Christina everywhere I went, okay? And this is not to sound braggy, but I want you guys to have this image in your mind. That's all I did when I was younger, was I was in the clubs. I was in the clubs in the weekdays, I was in the clubs in the daytime, like everybody knew me, they let me in, like that's how it was, okay? I was a club rabbit, a club bunny. Well, I was doing my normal club hopping thing, and see what I would do sometimes is I would take a cab from my apartment. I told y'all I was a cab queen back then. I had a little 2-bedroom duplex, and I would take a cab and I'd get dropped off at the club, and I always made friends everywhere I went, right? Like I didn't have to go there with a group of people. I'd go there, I already knew the bartenders, I already knew everybody, so I'd go there, and I always drank underage, which I should not have done, and y'all should not do, so please don't do this kind of things. And I'd always drink underage, and I would meet friends and Well, I met these two guys. They were super cool. They were from the next state over. I live in Florida. They lived in Alabama, which is only like an hour difference. So it wasn't like they drove hours and hours and hours. And they ended up at the same club as me. And I really connected with these two guys because they weren't like hitting on me. You know, like, you know, sometimes you go out and, you know, you meet guys and they're just constantly on you. And then sometimes you just meet guys that are just cool. They're just chill. They just want to have fun and they're not trying to get in your pants or anything like that. That's what these two guys were. Well, we had decided we were going to go to the next club. And I don't know what was wrong with me back then, but anytime I was drinking, like I felt like, you know, I felt more brave and more hype and all that. And I was like, I'm going to drive. I'm going to drive tonight. I'm going to drive. Let me drive y'all's car. And they let me drive their car. Well, I had been drinking way too much. We're going to skip over all that part because, yeah. And I get pulled over. Now, back then, there was a rumor going around. Please don't listen to y'all's friends. They don't know what they're talking about, trust me. Okay? There was a rumor going around that if you ever get pulled over by a police officer for a DUI, put a penny in your mouth and the penny will tell the breathalyzer test that it's invalid and you'll get away with it, right? Yeah. So I get pulled over and I reach down and I put a penny in my mouth. I got this. Oh, I'm about to pass this breathalyzer test. I'm so smart. Yeah, I got this penny in my mouth. Officer tells me step out of the car. She gives me that test. Puts it in your mouth. You got to take a deep breath. You got to blow out hard. Beep, 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 beep. I blew. We'll just say I blew over the legal limit. So they cuff me up, take me to jail. Now this is the deal in Florida. You get pulled over for a DUI, even if you have somebody bail you out, you have to stay in the jail for at least 8 hours. Okay, you have to sober up. Well, I had been drinking, okay? This is embarrassing and horrible to tell you, but I had really been drinking. So I don't even remember going in there. I don't remember anything other than the breathing into the thing, putting the penny in my mouth, and the officer snatching me around. I mean, she was real. It was a female. She was nasty to me. She drugged me. Oh, man, she did. And I wasn't... I ain't gonna get into it. I wasn't resisting. Yeah. Anyways, so I get into, they take you into a holding cell. And in this holding cell, I don't really remember what happened. All I know is that I woke up. And in this holding cell is like a little tiny room. And in there is a concrete slab that you can sit on and a toilet, okay? Now the toilet has this little, like tiny little wall, so people can't see your butt, but they can see your legs, your head, everything else. It's just your butt they can't see. And the crazy thing about it is the walls, or the wall of the holding cell is all glass. So all of the people, you're talking about 50 other people, correctional officers, everything, everybody's seeing you. Everybody's seeing you in there. They're seeing you go potty. They're seeing everything that you're doing. That's how they keep an eye on you. Okay, whatever. So when I woke up, I was laying on that slab and my head was in somebody's lap. And I look up and it's this older lady and she's petting my head and she's looking down at me going, ah, ah. And I look up at her and I'm like, whoa, whoa. I jump up. I'm in a green jumpsuit, buttoned all the way up. I have no panties on, no bra on. I have zero clothes on underneath. And I'm on my period. Okay, guys, gross details, but I'm going to tell you guys everything. Okay. So I'm in this jumpsuit and I jump up and I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, why, you know, like, why was she petting my head? Why was she looking at me going, haha? And she goes, it's okay. It's okay. She goes, this is all just a joke. This is all just a dream. It's okay. My husband planned this for us. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're in jail. Like, I'm banging on walls. Guards. Like, how much longer do I have in here? Can I make my phone call? Like, I was trying to call somebody to come and bail me out. I mean, I knew that I had the 8 hours, but I didn't know how long I had been in there. I don't know what this woman is talking about. Like, what is she on? Like, I don't get it. And she's like, calm down. My husband planned all of this for us. He bought me a new Escalade and this is all just a joke. He's just doing this to surprise us. Like, this, it's okay. Calm down. And I'm like, this time I'm realizing this woman is out of it. Like, she literally thinks that this is all just a joke or a prank or a surprise from her husband. Honey, you were in jail. You were sitting in the confinement tank. Where are you at? Where you been? What you been doing? Well, you on some good, honey, because I don't know what you're thinking. We are in jail, okay? I'm banging on the thing. The guards are ignoring me. Anybody that has ever been to jail and ever been put in a holding tank, you know, you can bang on them things until your arms are black and blue. They don't care. They ignore you. Now, I'm in there. I gotta go pee, okay? I'm on my period. I have nothing. I have no underwear. There is no toilet paper in there. Nothing. So I'm banging on the walls, This woman is like climbing up the walls at this point. She's like looking all around. She's standing on the thing. She's like scratching on the walls. And I'm realizing that not only do I not have toilet paper, I'm on my period. I don't even have underwear. I don't know what is going on, but they have me in a cell with somebody that is not right in her mind, and I don't know what she can do, okay? Now, let me tell you guys, when I talked to you guys about my confinement story, about being in the confinement tank with the woman who had schizophrenia, there is nothing against people that have mental disorders or anything like that, but they can snap and go crazy. Am I able to defend myself? Yes. Do I want to hurt or defend myself against somebody that's not in their right mind? No. Okay, even in my younger days, getting in a fight with somebody who is like trying you or, you know, whatever, that was one thing. It wasn't right. I shouldn't have done it, but that was one thing. But me physically having to put my hands on somebody that's not mentally there, that don't make you feel good. You don't want to do that. Like, who wants to hurt some old lady that don't even know where she's at? Right? But I'm going to have to defend myself if she goes crazy and puts her hands on me. I want out of this tank. Let me out of this tank. They're not letting me out of this tank. Finally, after banging on the walls until my arms are all red, all the way up here, because they don't care. They're not paying you any attention. The woman comes up and says, what do you want? I said, she is not in her right mind. And I'm saying this like looking at her like, oh my God, she's gonna snap my head off just because I'm saying this. And she's like, it's okay. He's coming soon to get us out. And I'm like looking at the lady and I'm like, I don't even have any toilet paper in here and I'm on my period. She comes back about 20 minutes later. She brings me a roll of toilet paper that is smushed, been used, and the toilet paper is wrapped back around it. I've told y'all about that before. She opens up the flap and she throws it in. And I'm like, I'm on my, what am I supposed to do with this? And I get it. I'm in jail. They're not supposed to cater to me. I get it, guys. I get it. But come on, give me some common decency. Let me have some, can I have my underwear? Why don't I have my underwear on? Where are my underwear at this point? So I have to do what I can with that toilet paper. And the thing about it is, when you don't have any underwear on, it's not like you can even wrap your underwear up with toilet paper. Like, the whole entire situation was like, what is going on? Like, anyways, with all that being said, I ended up being in that holding tank for about 4 more hours with that lady. I stayed in the corner, balled up. It's freezing in there. If any of you guys have ever been in jail, you know that it is freezing cold. They don't care about you. I was scared to close my eyes. The woman was picking at the wall. She kept talking and telling me about her husband was bought her an Escalade and was coming to surprise her and was getting us out and all this. And I'm looking at her like, lady, I sure hope you're right. I would like to get out of here and ride in an Escalade on the way home, but I don't think so. You know what I mean? Ugh. So finally, as time went on, the 8 hours went by, and those 2 guys that I got pulled over driving their car actually came and bailed me out, which was a complete shocker, because literally, who does that? Like, what guys meets a chick at a club and then she gets arrested in their car and then they wait 8 hours in that same state, come pay the money and bail her? But they did, and I was very, very, very grateful, and they didn't hit on me or anything after that, which is, you know, back whenever I was younger was completely unheard of. You know, most of the times, you know, men are expecting something. Not all. Nothing against my guys watching this. Not all. But, you know, when you're running in that type of scene and that type of environment, they're, you know, a lot of the times guys are trying to push up on you. But they weren't. They were super cool. And I ended up getting out. But yes, that is what happened that time when I got pulled over for that DUI. I'll never forget that lady that was in there. I don't know what she was on. She had to be on something serious, man. She was looking crazy. And I had my head in her lap. She was petting my head. Ugh. All right, friends, I hope that you guys like this story time from me. Please don't forget to like this video. It's a free way that you can help your girl out. And until next time, I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.